walkie-talkie. Oh, it's taking a picture of me. So Finnegan's Snoot was just going a million miles a minute. Turns out it was a snowshoe hare. Pure white right now. Poor little guys. It's like 7 degrees right now. It's like December 26th. So the wolves are probably doing really well this year. Not so much for the snowshoe hares. So today was supposed to be a rainy day. Turns out tomorrow is. We were gonna plan a hike. So today we're gonna take an impromptu hike. One around Misery Bay, the Alver Coastal Trail. We've done it a few times. We've done it by headlamp. Yeah, so we're just gonna do it again. It's been a while. So Alver is the ancient rock formations around Misery Bay. It's where the glaciers would have melted and moved across the rock, which is probably about 10,000 years ago, I think. And you can kind of see the etchings in the rock still in some places. So it should be pretty interesting. So it's finally raining. This is the rain day, I guess. So not much doing today. Alex reorganized the camp, kind of rearranged some furniture, and then now we're going to hike some of the survey line and deer trails and maybe clear some of the debris off of the trails. It just makes it easier for us to walk, for the animals to walk, and to get deer out during hunting season. So yeah, just trying to find the balance of having fun up here, but also putting in a little bit of work to keep it nice. So that's the plan for today. Yeah, it's still raining, so here on the Vancouver coast, I guess. Why use a chainsaw when you can use an axe? It's a lot more fun, I'm sure.
Like a gas car version of
The squirrels are laughing at him. Alex is getting the big stuff and I'm getting the little stuff. So he's clearing like the down trees, and then I'm creating like little brush piles so that the smaller forest animals have somewhere to hide from the bigger forest animals. Because we're trying to help maintain a healthy ecosystem. It's a lot better than it was, a lot more clear. Better for quads, better for the animals, like the deer that come through here, and better for us when we're walking. Nice and clear if Anna comes up here with Merce and Lee. Good for dirt bikes, I guess. How's it going?
hot.
Hot? What are we doing?
We were clearing the ridge trail, but we kind of come away from the ridge, and now we're at like an old four-way intersection.
Four-way intersection.
It is. There's.
I know. Just you use the term loosely, right? There's not really.
Yeah.
There's no stop signs. It's nicer than the Bruce Trail now. It's so clear.
Yeah, show it that way.
Here, let's go for a little walk over here. So we cleared all of the big trees and cleared all of the debris on the trail after. So it's like ultra wide now for a quad.
The crest goes down to the ridge.
Yeah, the crest. We kind of kept the ridge line clear so that deer can like get up and down the ridge, and created little brush piles so that the grouse know where to go and we know where to find our lunch. So just trying to maintain a healthy ecosystem, not just make like random logs everywhere. Just created little brush piles for like non-migratory birds and stuff, and red squirrels to hang out and hide, and the chipmunks to enjoy when they wake up in the spring. So I'm sure that winter will down some more trees that we'll clear out again, but at least we're off to a good start. Sleeping on the job.
I don't know which way we want to go.
We certainly worked hard today, so we'll have a nice meal. Not to romanticize about doing yard work, but it feels good to be stewards of the land because this property is very special. So just put a little bit of work into it. Felt pretty good today. That was really satisfying.
Who's Stuart?
Who's Stuart? Cool. All right, well, another work day today. The sun's out. Sun's out today. I haven't seen it in like 4 days. Probably longer than that, actually. I think it's been like a week without sun. So we will go and clear some more trails today. I think we're gonna go into the hardwoods so that we can make a loop or like a figure 8. So we did the ridge line yesterday, and then now we're doing from the camp road to the feed plot. So yeah, a bit of work, but it's super fun, it's super satisfying. So I think Joey and my dad can navigate the trails pretty well, but we've seen Ken walk on flat land before, so we thought we'd clear the trails, make it a bit easier for him. He's about as stable as a freshly dropped fawn. So we just cleared from the camp road to the hardwoods. So if you connect that to the ridge, it's like a figure 8. So now we're gonna try to clean up the trail that goes from the hardwoods into the back of the feed plot. We just kind of want to find it first so that we're not clearing a trail that is not intended to be used as such. It's a bit of a bog in the hardwoods. Sunny as it may be, it's a bit confusing, the trails, so we're gonna leave that. But we did the back door to the feed plot, so that's all clear. We're gonna head back into the cedars, finish clearing where we were, kind of move along the ridge line a bit more, just kind of meander about. It's a menagerie of trails, so no shortage of work for us today, but really satisfying to be doing this. What's the plan here?
I mean,
This. I think you might have to cut it one more time. That's super funny. I know, they're so afraid of you today. They're so afraid of you. So we're back on the original trail that we were working on, like on the ridge line. There's a couple widowmakers and 2 pretty big ones that Alex just couldn't get with the axe. So we brought the chainsaw today. Mission accomplished. Ooh-wee. Well, at least there's lots of cedars for the deer to eat now. So this section had 2 trees that were dead that were hanging over the trail by the ridge line. And then there was like 2 that had fallen. We called it the over-under. So Alex just cleared those. So we've pretty much done this whole section. We kind of just left those few large down trees so Alex could bring the chainsaw back to get them. So now the ridge line is perfect and Ridgeline Road is open for business. Will all be dipped. It's a red squirrel. because perfection, not mediocrity. Why don't you come take a break, have some soup? It's in our contract. So there's a giant cedar on the inside of the gate. Use that as a landmark. Trail cuts in. It's probably actually 100 meters. Connects with an existing trail. I think it's pretty nice. Alex's idea. We tried not to block existing animal trails with trees that come down. It's difficult enough for them to get around. So we don't want to create roadblocks. So we create brush piles and try to not to block any existing animal trails. We're putting in the work, but we're doing it thoughtfully. Got the site super today on duty again, but it's snack o'clock. It's also in your contract. Good job, bud. Can't Stop, Won't Stop, fueled by gluten-free pancakes and pure Canadian maple syrup.
Yeah.
Beef and chicken. It's a good contract.
That'll warm your tummy.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready. When we came here one year, I was setting up the bed. I always do that first. And I couldn't find Finnegan. So I looked in the cupboard where the linens were, and he was on the bottom shelf. So we've learned that Finnegan loves to sleep in the cupboard. We keep the door open for him, and he just creates a little nook. Even when we first got here this time, there was comforters blocking it. He was trying to like paw to get in there, so that's where he sleeps. So it's New Year's Eve, and we are working on the last section of trail. The wheels are falling off a little bit, so the chain came off the chainsaw, and the hatchet has detached from the handle. We don't have a ton of daylight left today, so Alex isn't gonna fuss about repairing the chainsaw. We'll do that later. He's just gonna use the axe to clear some of the larger trees by hand, and then I'm gonna go in and clean up the brush behind him. So we're kind of dividing and conquering today. It's the last section of trail, so it will connect into the hardwood trail that exists already, and you can make it all the way to the feed plot now without having to use the camp road. So we've cleared about 4 kilometers of trail, not quite the property line, but pretty much the perimeter of the entire property. So it's pretty satisfying. Now everything connects, and you can kind of do 2 different loops, and it's about 4 kilometers, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna head out with Finnegan now, and Alex should be out there already. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's super fun. Oh, and today is -7, feels like -12. It's pretty chilly today. The sun's kind of peeking through a little bit. So today's probably the coldest day that it's been so far, but we get warm enough working, so it doesn't really matter. The camp's pretty roasty toasty. And so it's New Year's Eve. I don't know if we're gonna hike the trails tonight at midnight. We've spent the last couple New Year's Eve in the feed plot at midnight in the dark, which is pretty cool and humbling. But yeah, I guess we'll maybe walk the trails tonight at midnight. We'll see what happens. It might not be everybody's cup of tea to spend vacation like this, but it feels really nice to be working outside. I love landscaping and gardening, and Alex loves two-stroke, so it's natural that we were drawn to doing this, and we love every minute of it. so hardcore.
And we're moving. It doesn't. Hold on.
Ready?
Yeah, and we're moving.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, just let me bring it back and let me keep my hand on it. Yeah, that's the shot. Go, 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 go.